Hey everyone, it's Vicky from Valkyrie Tarot coming at you in 2020. They always say hindsight's 2020, right? Oh, this is the year of it. So get ready. This video is going to be the continuation of the Twin Flame series that I was doing previously. And this one, we're going to talk about third parties. 3 is not always a lucky number. It's my lucky number because I'm number 3. I'm the third daughter in my family. But when we're talking about a third party, sometimes, most of the time, it screws everything up. Now, let me be really clear with you. Third parties aren't always cheating. It's what we like to get it as, and sometimes when someone gets accused of it, that's immediately where their head goes. I didn't cheat on you. I didn't cheat on you, right? Hold that thought for a second, okay? Let's start with that scenario. It's the easiest one to understand, right? Twin flame, relationships, unions, journeys, the relationship itself is not immune to the problems that happen in every relationship. If anything, they're more susceptible. They're more sensitive to it, okay? You got to remember, twin flame, unions, journeys, whatever you want to call this thing, it takes the normal life that we know in this 3D, and it enhances it, okay? We level up every time we go through something hard with our twin flame. Think about Super Mario running through boop. Okay, he's hitting those boxes, mushrooms, whatever, tails. I hope you guys played video games as a kid, because if not, you have no idea what that reference is, but you get what I'm saying. You level up every single time. Every time you fight, every time you get into separation, every time you work through it together, you level up. Even if you guys are apart, you still are leveling up because you are having to put the work in and you're having to grow, okay? So when we're talking about a third party, if it is about cheating, which is the simplest form, again, most basic form, most basic human need is to feel physical contact with another human being, okay? It sucks. Raise your hand if you've ever been cheated on. It sucks. Now raise your hand if you've ever cheated on someone else. Unfortunately, I never have. But that doesn't mean some of you out there haven't. And I'm not saying that what you did was bad or wrong. So please don't get defensive about it, okay? It happened. But there's this really great saying that I love to live by is, don't judge me by my past. I don't live there anymore. Everything in life is a learning experience. Whatever caused you to go to that other person, to leave the relationship that you have with your twin flame, to flee them and run to someone else's arms, was a learning experience for both of you. There was something that made you leave. So what was it? Was it because this person was better in the sack? Was it because they were prettier? Or was it because it was easier being with them than it was facing the truth that your twin flame was holding up to you in that beautiful mirror that we all have? I'm guessing it was that. Something about being with your twin flame was too real, was too raw, and he's sick and tired of dealing with the emotions. So you thought, if I go to this person, maybe I can forget about it, just for a night. If I leave this person for this person, it's all gonna go away because I can be happy with this person. But I'm gonna stop you right there. Those of you that are considering leaving your twin flame situation, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just gonna be really honest with you. You can go anywhere in the world. You can go to outer space and back. You will never get your twin flame completely out of your mind. You want to know why? Because they're you. They are the other half of your energy, okay? You are one being in two bodies. And once you meet, once you connect that frequency, it's not coming apart. Whether you break up with them or not. Whether you leave them and go to someone else or not. Whether you are married and in another committed relationship and you just met your twin flame and you're like, oh my God, brain just explodes because you don't know what to do. They're always going to be there. And it's your choice on how you want to go through this journey. You can fight it every step of the way. Good luck with that. Or you can give into it and let the universe deliver this beautiful gift to you and learn from it. Okay? So let me rewind. I'm part of a lot of twin flame, it's not English, twin flame forums. Whew, that is a tongue twister out there. And there are a lot of people that are in committed relationships. They might be married and completely in love with kids, whatever. And then they meet their twin flame and their whole life is flipped upside down. Okay? Two things about that. I am not telling you or condoning cheating on your wife, spouse, husband, whoever, and leaving for a romantic rendezvous with your twin flame. I'm not saying to do that. I'm not condoning that. Okay? I am, those of you that know me personally, I am a one-woman person, and I don't like infidelity. Okay? That's in no way judging anyone that has gone through this. Okay? But what I am trying to tell you is that you are going to build a relationship with this person. And you don't always have to be lovers. In fact, a lot of times twin flames, they never even line up in the same lifeline. Sometimes they leave. The runner leaves, the chaser chases to a point and says, you know? And they never get back together because their egos can't heal. Okay? But what I am telling you is, if you want it to work and you want to keep this person in your life, you will find a way. You will find a way. And you will have a connection with this person that you will not have with your spouse or your committed relationship that you're in. And it's going to make them uncomfortable and it's going to make them jealous. But if you are honest and you have an open heart in love unconditionally, which is the only thing that this journey is about, you have hope that you can keep them in your relationship without having to give in to that temptation of that third party. Okay? Now, that was the easiest one to talk about. Let's talk about the other ones. Let's talk about when your friends or your family are the third party. I think we're all guilty of this. When we meet someone and we're excited, we talk about them and we're so happy and we want everyone to know about them. You want to scream it from the rooftops. Everybody finds out. And if they truly are meant to be in your life and your family and your friends, they're going to support you. They're going to want you to be happy. They're going to stand by your side no matter what happens. They're going to be there. Every once in a while, you have someone, close friend, family member, someone you've probably known for years, okay? Let's face it, you meet your twin flame and all of a sudden you're like, I'm in love with this person, I want to get married. And this person's like, yo, man, you met them yesterday. Okay? Sometimes these people in your life they see you changing and they don't want you to change. They don't want you to be happy. And they might not even realize it is the worst part. They might not even realize it. But they say little things. And they plant these little itty bitty seeds in your brain of doubt. And then they water it a little bit by asking, oh, so how's everything going with you and your girl? You and your guy? How's so-and-so? Still talking to him? Still want to marry him? Yeah, they plant those little seeds, and then they follow up by watering them, asking those questions, digging in, because you trust them, because you care about them, and they love you and you love them in platonic terms. Maybe they love you more than that, and that's why they're doing it. But they plant doubt in your head. And suddenly, these feelings that you were so adamant about, you start questioning. You start wondering, am I crazy to feel disconnected to someone? I'm an intense person, but this is more intense than I can deal with. Like, should I trust it? It's too good to be true. Something's gotta be off with this person, right? So you start believing it. You start doubting yourself. And those doubts, they creep in to your relationship with your twin flame. And your twin flame has no fucking clue what you are going through. Because as telepathic as these wonderful connections can be, sometimes we don't get it. We don't see the fear inside of your head. We see you calm on the surface and cool and collected. And the other person who's a little bit more open emotionally is like, what's going on? Why are you pulling away? And you don't want to tell them. So you just get farther away and you don't say anything. And then after a while, you don't know how to say anything. And that third party, that friend is still there. They're still there whispering in your ear. And when you drift away, or when you get in a fight with your twin flame because they don't understand what's going on, that friend, that third party, that family member is still sitting there like, see, I told you. I told you they were too good for you. I told you they were crazy. I told you it wasn't going to work. Should have listened to me. If you have someone in your life that's playing the I told you card, that's your biggest red flag of all. Because when it comes to the heart, when it comes to twin flames, no one understands that union but the two of you. And people may think things that are going on are a vicious cycle or toxic. But what happens in twin flame journeys is a purging of negative emotions, of lifetimes of negative emotions, of generational DNA embedded trauma. Things you never knew you had suddenly get opened up like Pandora's box, and you are feeling an emotion you have never felt before because it's never existed. And you feel like you're going nuts. You feel like you're going crazy. And in the traditional sense of the word, you probably are. But twin flames aren't about this world that we live in. Not about modern medicine, not about modern psychiatry, not about modern love. This is ancestral love. Ancestral, not the other word. This is about what's in your DNA. This is about the energy frequency of what it means to be a soul. That third party isn't on your frequency. They don't feel what you feel. They don't know what you know in your gut, in your instinct, in your past lives. They just know what they know. And they don't want you to change. They don't want you to leave. They want to stay happy in their little bubble and keep you there where they're comfortable with who you are, because they're afraid they will lose you. It's sad, really. It's sad. Third type of third party is anytime you give energy or effort or attention to anyone other than your twin flame and give too much of it away. Okay, so let me be clear. If you have a kid, if you have a pet, if you have a job, that's okay. I'm not saying, well, Vicky of Valkyrie Tarot told me I gotta quit my job so that I can be with my twin flame. I am not saying that. I would never, ever say that. Okay? What I'm saying is, this is something that I say often, actually. We don't leave a relationship for no reason. People don't leave because they don't love you. They leave because they don't feel that you loved them. Okay? And what happens is sometimes we become so fixated on a project, or so fixated on a situation, or so fixated on making money and building a house and a foundation and a home, that we kind of forget to put the energy into our twin flame as well. Now, ideally, the twin flame will understand, and the frequency will be level, and they'll accept it, and they'll be totally fine with it. Okay? In my situation, the fact that I work long hours and my twin flame worked long hours, and we had an incredible hardship trying to find days that we could just see each other. It was hard. It was stress on the relationship, but I understood. I understood because I love my job. I love my profession, and I know my twin flame loved hers, okay? And I loved that about her. I loved her passion and her commitment and her dedication. I loved hearing about her days. I loved learning about something that wasn't my passion, wasn't my life. And it was amazing when we connected. But then suddenly, too much time went by, you know? The days off that we had together, we were spending apart instead of together, because we had other things. Had other plans to go out with friends, had other plans to go see family, had other plans to just stay in and recharge our own batteries, and didn't want to be around anyone. Putting the energy into the wrong cookie jar. You see, twin flame unions, as amazing as they are, as much as you know this person's never going to go anywhere, you're always going to have this connection, you're always going to have the same frequency, you still need to water the plant. Because when the person starts feeling like they don't exist, they don't matter, they're not a priority, that ego is going to come up and say, hey, what about me? Relationships are not always 50-50. Twin flame relationships are never 50-50. It's a constant ebb and flow. Where one person is struggling, the other person will fill the gap. But if one person's always filling the gap, and the gap's getting bigger, it's going to cause a disconnect. That's where that other third party comes into play. So how do we work around the third parties? How do we make this situation better? I wish I knew. I wish I could tell you I wasn't influenced by a third party. I wish I could tell you that I didn't believe that there was a third party influence on my twin flame. I wish I could go back. But the truth is we can't. None of us can. Not yet. Waiting on that time travel. So if any of y'all got a time travel machine, hit me up. The only thing we can do is learn from it. See our mistakes. What was it about me that made me give in to that third party? What was it about me that let those words that my friend said plant doubt in my head? As much as I was deeply spiritually in love with my twin flame, that doubt triggered something in me that made me feel like I wasn't enough. And it can involve it snowballed. And because I felt like I wasn't enough, I felt like I had to give more. And you can guess, as the divine feminine, how that went to my twin flame, who's the divine masculine. Learn from it. Look inside yourself and ask yourself why that doubt is creeping in. Why you want somebody else. Why you feel a need to put all of your energy into something else instead of them. Because the why is the very reason why you need to reconnect with your twin flame. Something's missing, something you need to work through if you want the relationship, the physical relationship, to last. All right, that's what I've got for you. Hopefully this resonates with some of you. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe. If it doesn't, it's totally fine. You're probably not on a twin flame journey. Have fun.